Hi, Helen.
Hi. Excuse me.
I've just had one of those days that pop up randomly. I've had quite a good week. Very happy with no reason to be, sort of thing, and no problems. Very spacious and empty. And then today I just get a day really out of the blue, which seems to be for no reason. And I go into like a black hole. I don't know what name to put on it. I mean, there is fatigue with it, and maybe it is chronic fatigue, I don't know, but there aren't any of the physical ailments except the fatigue and this sense of black hole, or, I mean, I call it death fatigue because it's how I imagine it would feel to be dead but still alive, because there's no interest in. Do you know what? I just can't even put it into words. It's just very dark, and there's kind of an amnesia with it of what to do or anything I've ever heard, and any way out. There's no way out.
And the emptiness and the quietness seems like it's never really happened to you. It seems like a different world, and
it's a different. Yeah, it is a different world. It is. That's completely. It's a different. I just blip into this death world, let's say. So, I did manage to do some statement processes.
Yeah.
And I feel that alleviated it somewhat. I did, but then it'd come back, and so I'd do another one. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do that because then it can just disappear. It can come for a few hours, then go, or it can be there for a day. If it lasts longer for a day.
Why does it even have to come? Why does it have to come? Why do you have to seemingly lose the good place that you were in? What's the idea that's being believed?
This is it, Helen. I just can't. Honestly, I've so gone into that, and I cannot find any reason. I could say maybe it starts with boredom, or it just feels so low energy. You know, there's no life energy.
Let's just zoom back out a little bit. Let's just, for the sake of this conversation, you're in this really lovely place. You're just being the emptiness, and everything's going swimmingly. Why should that have to change? Yeah, and this is, I really want to poke at this belief here that at some point something is going to come to kind of screw up my peace, or something like that. Something's going to happen to kind of disturb my state, my equanimity. And we might not know that we're believing that, but we might keep experiencing it. So and the swing between the black hole and where we reach our highest moment becomes more and more extreme, doesn't it? From heaven to hell in like 30 seconds or less, something like that. And have you just got to deal with that? Have you just got to let that happen? Are you powerless over it? And I'm just poking at some of the beliefs that came up for me here. Do I have to slide back into my egoic state of consciousness accidentally? Does it have to keep happening that way? Can't I actually stay in heaven, and take up permanent residency there? Or do I have to get thrown out of it seemingly and into this place of like apathy and hopelessness and all of that, where I can't even remember how to climb out of it because I'm so low in vibration? Something, kind of amnesia, like you said. Just ask you to look at those, those kind of ideas. I didn't realize I had those ideas. The truth could only be an experience for me, and it had to come to an end until I actually experienced it like this over and over again. Up here, everything's wonderful. I can't believe I ever fell for my egoic beliefs. What on earth? How did I ever believe that? and then right down there. Where has it gone? I've lost it. Why am I in this state? What have I done to, you know, all of that? And then back up again and down and up and down. Till I finally recognized that I must believe somewhere inside that this has to come to an end. This is an experience rather than a constant state. Truth, something like that. It can't, some idea that it can't really last forever. I can't just be free right now. You know, I'm kind of poking at the beliefs that might be precipitating this, you know. Do you have any control over this? Did you feel powerless over this? What is it that's going on? You just have to ride it out and endure it and hope it comes, you know, you get your peace back tomorrow. Can you feel a sense of disempowerment?
Yeah, that feels like it. Yeah, powerless and ride it out. Hope it comes back tomorrow.
Flying high, and at some point, something's going to happen and screw it all up. Some emotion.
Well, I never think like that. No, I don't have those thoughts ever going on.
Not consciously, and this is why you're experiencing it. You see, because whatever we're experiencing is showing us what we haven't recognized. We're still believing. And I had to really look at this for truth to become a constant thing rather than an experience. Yes, that experience lasted longer and longer, but those swings between the two, it just became too much to bear. Absolutely, in that. So why can't you stay in that high place? Why do you have to fall? Is there any emotion, thought, experience that can have power over you and cause you to feel differently? Is there anything that can happen to your mind, to your body, to your emotions, to your experience, or in your experience that can cause this to come to an end, this experience of truth? What is it that we believe is going to trigger some change of state for you? Can you change your state as a self?
But I don't understand when there's no trigger. There wasn't a trigger. I just wake up feeling like that.
The trigger is unconscious. It's a thought that you're not conscious of still believing. It's a thought that hasn't been challenged yet. It's not anymore anything that's happening in your outside world that's triggering it. Right? It's now only a thought in here which says at some point this will end. And we don't know it's going on here. It's kind of inbred within us programmed within us that truth is an experience, not a constant state. So we keep experiencing that as a reflection. Whatever your experience is showing you what you believe but haven't recognized yet, that remains to be examined. So if we're in and out of peace, you know, in, out, we must somewhere inside believe that this has to come to an end, that you can't just, you know, constantly live in peace, that there's something that can have power over you, some thought, some emotion, something. So there is a trigger, but not in the way that you think. A trigger is an unexamined thought that we don't even know is there until we keep experiencing it. Just like you were experiencing feeling unworthy or feeling unsafe because we were believing that inside. Whatever experience you're having now is showing you what you believe inside there. So does this have to keep happening to you? Are you just kind of, you know, you have to just see this through? You know, I had to really examine this. Can anything disturb this? Can anything bring this to an end? If it is already what I am, and it's not something that I'm getting or I'm becoming, if it is already what I am fundamentally, why should it ever come to an end?